like when I'm watching you hit right now, okay? Couple things I'd like to see us adjust in the next couple weeks. But what I want us to discuss right now is you getting a little more engagement from the ground before you hit, right? So if you could think about like when we do like a spin move, right? Like how many steps do we incorporate before we hit the ball and then after we hit the ball? Like think about it just in terms of that. What do you think? How many do you take before you hit the ball and then after you hit the ball? Like right when you're getting ready to hit. So like in that small window of preparation, hitting, and then right before you start to recover. Okay, even closer to the shot. So like I'm talking like you're starting to prepare your racket, like starting to get your racket in the swinging motion. How many steps are you usually taking right there? 2, right? So you're taking you're going to take your last step and then kind of like your plant foot, and then you're going to drive, and usually there's 1 step like where you land and then you recover, right? Like so it's kind of like 2, hit 1, right? When you're warming up, right? Like, and I know we're warming up, but we need to have that same cadence. We need to have that cadence all the time, no matter what. Like whether I'm warming up, whether I'm running. Like there has to be a part of us that like right when we're getting close to the ball that we're preparing to load the legs to engage the swing. Because if it's not from the legs, it's not going to happen, right? It's going to happen like arms, but I'm going to not have body weight. I'm not going to have control of the ball. I'm not going to have any of those things. So it's important for us to practice like. If you're going to step in, that's kind of like a step down, right? You're going to go out and in, and then you transfer the weight and you shift it around. So I'm going to just toss the ball in the forehand side, okay? I'm going to toss it wide, deep, short. And the whole goal is for you every time is to get your feet kind of where you're loading up before you hit, and it comes from the hips, right? So you're going to practice like we have this saying, it's like I got to hit in the middle of the push, right? So when I'm driving from my back leg, I'm hitting in the middle of that transfer of weight from back to front. What I don't want to do is I don't want to like be on my front foot and then being hitting. I've already transferred the weight and I haven't started the swing yet, right? So the goal is to kind of concentrate on getting the weight going at the time of you hitting the ball, all right? So I don't mind what footwork you do. I do want you to start to get set before you see the ball, okay? You're going to do a round of, let's do 6 balls so we can get disciplined. Here we go. Good, nice. Good, excellent. Beautiful, great job. Good, outstanding. Awesome, great job, good. Good, excellent. Now, those are better than warm-up, yeah? Why? Okay, so do you ever listen to the Andy Roddick podcast? He was talking, I can't remember who he was talking to. He was talking about his former coach, Jimmy Connors, right? And he would go out, warm up, da-da-da-da. And Jimmy Connors used to yell and be like, the first 10 minutes are all footwork. You're not even doing anything practicing with our legs. But we kind of we like to warm up the stroke first, kind of get feel for the ball. And then the legs are always kind of a little bit behind, where they should be the first thing to warm up, right? It's so important to feel like I'm locked in on my feet right away. Here we go. Hip rotation. Drive that right foot to make that hip snap. Drive the right foot to make the hip snap. Good, beautiful, great job. And again, drive your right foot. Good, excellent. And drive, beautiful, right? That's much better. In terms of like feeling like, okay, I'm engaging from the ground up. I'm pushing ground, I rotate into the ball. Now I'm going to be able to have more control over the ball as well because I'm using my body and not just my arm. One more round on this side, okay? Here we go. Drive, hips. Extend your arm out there. Don't shorten the swing. That's it. Good. Here we go. Load the leg. Snap. Good. Beautiful. Ready? Load the leg. Feel it. Good. Excellent. Move up. Load. Feel it. Good. Excellent job. Load. Feel it. Good. And the biggest thing I think is getting to that point quickly. Like I think a lot of times people warm up. Like, why do I stretch before? Why do I jump rope before? Why do I jog before? It's so when I actually start touching the tennis ball, I don't have to waste a lot of time getting my body in a heated state where I feel like there's some blood pumping, so I can start sooner. Does that make sense? If I only had to warm up for 3 minutes on the court to get to full speed, that's what I want. If the body's all warm, it's just feeling the ball and going from there. Okay. Same thing on the backhand side, okay? I really want you to commit to bringing that leg on the outside on the backhand, okay? Here we go. Good, excellent job. Here we go, adjusting. Good, use your hips, stay solid. Split. So we got to practice split stepping when we go, right? It's not like we don't cross, split, go. Cross, split, go. Good, excellent, all right. And let's work on, like again, this is not a bad thing. It just happens, right? But like everybody wants to relieve the pressure. Like I hit the ball, relieve the pressure, and then I'll eventually get back down. But like it's like I hit, there's no release here. There's no release in my legs, right? You watch the best players in the world. They're running to the ball like this. They're hitting and they're moving back like this. There's no release. We're like, okay, I'm going to take some time off and then I'm going to go back down in. I'm staying down for the entirety of the point, then I can move around. Ready? So try and stay down the whole time. Split. Go. Cross, split. You're not relieving the pressure on the legs. Split, good. Much better. That's it. Good. Excellent. Stay low. There was my split stem. Good. But that's better. Like that looks to me, you look like you're in it. And I think like I was away the last 2 weeks and I was watching and like there are guys that are in it and guys that aren't. And it's like the guys that aren't going to get there. Like, you know, it's like every point there, you got to stay kind of committed to what you're doing with your legs to get to the setup, deliver the ball that you want to deliver. Right? And you have control over all of the bottom half of your body. All right, ready? Let's go again. Keep the feet. Nope, that was a popper. So like, that's what I'm saying. You're here, down, relieve the stress, like relieve the pressure, get up into those feet, right? Like it's like, I finish, there's no release, it's strictly push. Does that make sense? So it's like when I'm done and I load on that right foot, if I go like this, I've just released all that kinetic, that possible like energy to move to the next ball, right? It's like I wasted it. I don't want to waste it. I want to be efficient with it. Down, push, good. Stay down, you move that foot. That's the other thing. So like again, I'm here, I finish, but this foot isn't where I need it to be. That releases whatever I'm building here. When I take that step, it's releasing that. Does that make sense? So it's like here, like I'm loaded. Like this is good. I'm just going to go. But if I'm not there, now I've got to take steps to get my body in the right position. So it's got to rotate around so that you're in the most efficient spot to recover and not waste any energy. Good. You have to rotate on that right toe. That's it. There's no relieving of the pressure. Good. Twist. Good. Excellent. Much better. Good. Nice, Ella. Make sure you split step for me. Good. That was better. That's better. Finish the last one, though, because you're also practicing like 5, hit 6, don't get that 6th recovery. Just make sure we get that. Let's start with the backhand. Let's go 2 more rounds. All right? Ready? Getting nice and low. Rotate. That's it. Trying to keep the foot down on the ground. Good. Good. Recover. Good. Yep. Nice. Recover. Good. You're there. Rotate. Good. Split. Shoulder turn. I didn't really like that one. What do you think? Right? And so, but what does that mean? But what comes first? Like if I swing up, is that a lot of momentum going up? Right. So like sometimes like that's what gets us in trouble. I'm going to hit this ball and I feel like I loaded up, but my arms go up. Well, that promotes my entire body going up. Whereas if I turn and my energy is focusing on a swing forward, then there's not a lot going up and it makes it a lot more solid for myself. Start with the backhand. 1 more round. Here we go. Excellent. Okay. Quick sip of water. Good job. Nice work. Great job.